Heyo!
Hey, happy Cinco de Mayo, everybody.
We live. Yes. It's WTF Wednesday on Cinco de Mayo.
Finishing up some authentic Mexican food here.
From the Taco Bell.
Ding.
You didn't get a Baja Blast?
No, man, I don't fuck with Baja Blast these days. I used to. That used to be my drink of choice at Old T-Bell. But now, I always. This is a game changer, dude. It's mango tea. That shit is delicious. I mean, it blew Baja Blast out of the water.
Now it's Baja Last.
That's for damn sure.
I like Baja Blast. I'm very loyal.
I mean, I'll still drink Baja Blast every now and then.
Unless they
Sometimes
brought back
we're all out of tea, and I'm like, all right, I'll do a Baja Blast.
unless they brought back, and this is the perfect stream for me to bring this up, unless they brought back Sangria Blast.
Okay.
I fucked with Sangria Blast so hard. That shit was ill.
I love the conversation we're about to get into because I feel like it's a good one to have.
I believe we're about to get into the summer of Baja with Pepsi. I believe was their whole gist.
Oh,
yeah, when the people leaked the 2021 Mountain Dew like
flavor,
new flavors and shit. Yeah, they did the 100 Days of Baja in the summertime was going to be a thing.
Nice. See, I was gonna say, I've had Baja Blast outside of Taco Bell when they've had it like in bottles. I've been like, I gotta do the Baja Blast.
I have not a clue how Baja Blast did not win against Pitch Black.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I don't even think I've ever had Pitch Black.
It's trash. It's trash.
Oh, great.
It is trash. Yeah, it's kind of like a grape flavored Mountain Dew. It's trash.
I saw one of their new flavors today or yesterday or whatever, and I like for a brief moment I thought about it, but just as quickly I was like, nah, you know better than that. But it's like watermelon flavored.
Yeah, major
like,
melon.
Yeah, that's probably not a good idea. Watermelon Mountain Dew. No thanks.
It's not my thing either. I don't long to try that one. Like I said, they're gonna I believe come out with 2 new Baja flavors.
No, I'm not much of a pop drinker or whatever. I usually stick to my like sweet tea and stuff like that. So that's not to say I don't get my caffeine intake, but like man, I think it was when I was working at Schnucks too, is when they had the red, white, and dew or whatever it was called. Bro, I had a hankering for those things, dude. I thought that was the best Mountain Dew they ever made. I was having like multiple of those things a day. Like I'm like, this ain't good for me. It was probably a good thing it went away. But I did see that they had them. It wasn't red, white, and dew. It was like Liberty something.
Liberty Brew was one that was tasted like a bomb pop.
Oh my god, it was just so good, man.
But the one that they used to have that they brought back this year, it's out now, is Dew SA.
What's Dew SA?
I believe it's the 3 flavors combined, like Mountain Dew, Code Red, and Whiteout.
Oh,
or wait, no, it'd be Code Red, Whiteout, and Voltage.
Right. I can fuck with that.
Those 3 combined to make Dew SA. I believe Liberty Brew was like the 50 flavors one last year.
Yes.
And that one was so good.
It was because I usually like Dr. Pepper, and they've got the 23 flavors, but Mountain Dew said hold my dew, and they went for the 50 flavors.
This summer, I don't know why, but I've been on a kick of this. We got mango flavored Pepsi.
Interesting.
Is a thing now. I like it.
As I drink my mango Fiesta tea,
Mango's pretty nice. Mango ties in with Cinco de Mayo, I feel like. But I don't know, man. I'm interested in these new Baja Blasts. It's like Baja Punch and Baja burst or something like that. I believe. I
Uh,
believe.
so one thing that I think needs to come back at Taco Bell is by far my favorite menu item ever was the grilled stuffed nacho. Bro, that was like I'm at Taco Bell like twice a day getting a grilled stuffed nacho. I have to go back sometimes because I didn't order enough. But it was just, the tortilla shaped like a nacho, and then it was stuffed with all your nacho bits with and it had like little tortilla strips in it and stuff.
What's weird to me is that all the Taco Bells around here are singular. Like when I remember, like when I always went to Taco Bell and
Oh,
shit, what was excuse me, back when I lived in St. Louis, and it was always attached with something else.
I hear you.
Like Taco Bell backyard burger was a thing. I remember.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Like Taco
That
Bell
was
nuts.
that was back when you could literally go to Taco Bell and order like one of everything on the menu, and it would be like $23.
Yeah, you can still do that. Just about.
And
Just
it's like,
about. I always think of that line from This Is the End where Seth Rogen is talking to James Franco about or Jay or whoever about how much food can $20 possibly get you at Taco Bell, and the answer is infinite, an infinite amount of food. And it's like that shit is true.
well, it used to be, man. The quesadillas are a bit more pricey now.
Well, it just depends on what you do, on how you go about it, I suppose. Because if you hit those like value items and stuff, you can get a lot of stuff going. Like get a little combo box that comes with get a $5 box, right? That's the way to do it. You get a $5 box that comes with a whole bunch of stuff, got your drink and all your whatnots, and then for a few bucks more, now you got like 3, 4 more things. You know what I mean? So it's like all of a sudden you're like, fuck, this was way more food than I thought. But yeah, the quesadillas, I don't understand why quesadillas are so pricey. Like across the board. I noticed that at a lot of places.
Quesadillas are a pretty pricey thing. I don't know, man. Maybe it's all the stuff that goes into it.
Probably. Maybe it's because, people always be making just janky quesadillas at home and they're like, hey,
The
we'll
last
charge
time
you for a better quesadilla.
the last time I went out with a woman, I got a quesadilla to eat, and I didn't look too well, but I just ordered it and was like good, and it said it had vegetables in it, and I was like, ah, shit, because I'm kind of picky, and it had a lot of stuff in it that I don't believe I normally would eat, but I ate it
Like a
like
man. You
like a
think,
man. I said, fuck it. I think there was like avocado and shit, and I was just like, you know what, fuck it. It was good. Hey,
see, what I don't like though is so Taco Bell won't bring back my grilled stuffed nacho, which I guess I can't say I don't like this because I always be ordering it every time it comes back. But shit or get off the pot nacho fries. Like, are you a limited time menu thing, or are you going to come back 4 times a year? If you're coming back once a season, you're not that limited.
I'm not big into the nacho fries. I like and I noticed they just brought these back too, but the cheesy fiesta potatoes.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've known people in the past. Usually, I feel like anytime I'm dating somebody, they're always like, "Give me some cheesy fiesta potatoes." I'm just like, okay. They're good. They're good. Yeah, but I fuck with the nacho fries. I kind of dig them.
See,
They're disgusting. You know what I mean?
well, see, to me, I don't get the sour cream on the potatoes. I
Uh,
just get it to where it's potatoes and cheese, and then I put a bunch of the fire sauce on there and mix it all up. Oh, bro, it's fire.
it sounds like fire in all the wrong places, man.
Nah, bro, it's good
Sounds
for
like a
you.
hard night on the toilet is what that sounds like.
I used to eat it all the time when I was in the military. Those were big. Taco Bells would be on the American bases everywhere you went. So when we were overseas, that was the only time you could get Taco Bell. Was because they weren't really that big other places. I would say The only fast food places that I really remember seeing in a few spots was McDonald's and Burger King.
Sounds about right. You can throw a rock and hit a fucking McDonald's.
Yeah, but they'd be in like really cool spots over there and really nice. Um, and the Burger King again being a lot of different spots than you'd be normal to. And I think maybe, on the American bases, we'd have like KFC and Taco Bell was like they had struck like a deal. So
Yeah,
they was on every one of them. You could find those. So it wasn't, and McDonald's usually too. We had our own on base McDonald's, and everywhere you went, that you had to like. Well, the people that worked there was like the kids and spouses of people in the military. It wasn't just like, oh, I'm going on base, maybe to work at McDonald's. I don't know. But that I found those kind of things funny. That there was one like when I was in school, it was like right across the street for me was McDonald's. So every morning, like I got fat as shit when I was at school in there, and no wonder. Every morning I woke up and I walked over to McDonald's, and I'll never like down pat, dude. I got a chicken biscuit, right?
yep.
I
Word.
got I got one of those. I got a hash brown. I got a cinnamon and a large orange juice. And that was like every morning I woke up, I stumbled over there and grabbed one of those, got my day going. And then it's like for lunch, you'd go to Taco Bell and you get like quesadilla, cheesy fiesta potatoes. For dinner, it'd be something probably around one of those two again.
That's how I
Uh,
live my life currently. So,
I try to stay away from that because I did that, man. And it really, it blew up. I think tonight, Wednesday, is the only night that I opt for the fast food, and that's just because I do the studio stuff up until like 4.
right.
And so by the time I get home, it's about 5. So it's like, do I want to waste all my time cooking, or do I want to eat and then have a couple moments of just chilling out, doing whatever before we
Yeah.
are here?
I feel that. I've had a few of those nights myself where I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna grab something and go home. I got a show to do. I want like at least a few minutes to chill. But I did cook for myself the other day, and that was nice. I was
I
like,
did too. I did last week.
I miss this. But the like I don't know. The McDonald's is like my downfall. Like the breakfast. Like I'm not like a big like oh I gotta eat McDonald's all the time, but like I am when it comes to breakfast. Like it's like become like a bad habit, especially over
Bro.
quarantine, where like especially now that they brought back like the chicken biscuits and everything around here, and they got the 2 for $3. So it's about the only variation that happens is I might get one or the other. That might be but usually I'll get both. I'll just get a chicken biscuit and a chicken McGriddle because fuck, they even have the commercial where they're like, hey, why choose when you could have both? I'm like, hey, I was doing this before the commercial came out. I agree. And so, get 2 of those, 2 hash browns, large sweet tea. I'm good to go. We're rolling. I'm fine. How are you? Decor with Pre.
I haven't been there since they brought back the chicken biscuits. Personally, I'm me and McDonald's. I'm blessed that I really have nothing in my town besides like Casey's and Monocle's and Subway. You
Casey's
know,
fucked me up because it's breakfast foods, man. That's what always gets me. Like Casey's breakfast pizza. I every morning when I live next to a Casey's, I'd be walking over there getting a Casey's breakfast pizza.
but with McDonald's, man, I've been beefing with them since they got rid of chicken selects.
Mm, okay.
Like fuck you, McDonald's, for that. Those were fire. Those were fire. And
There were-
they try to bring back these buttermilk tenders. It just wasn't the same, bro.
You know what? I think because the chicken selects disappeared is the same reason they were sneaky about it, and they took away the chicken wraps too. I believe.
Hmm.
Like yeah, they died with the chicken selects. Yeah. Send you some monocles. Next time you're through here, we'll go get some monocles.
Yeah, there's one in Champagne too.
Holler.
Champagne's got Garcia's pizza, which I still think slaps.
We have a Garcia's pizza. I've never had Garcia's pizza.
That, like for me, when I was a kid, was big because they'd always, I believe, like when Illinois would have like a football game or some shit, Garcia's would blow up a little blimp and they'd fly it around the stadium, and it was like a really big tomato because there was a pizza joint. And it's Garcia's Pizza, and I love that shit. It was good. They had one down on campus, and where it was is totally demolished, and something else is there right now.
Now I'm
But
wondering if I did have Garcia's. No, I don't know. There's something that like when I was living in Tennessee, there was a pizza place that like struck a deal with Family Videos so that they could be in Family Videos or like in the strip with Family Videos. I forget what they're called, but their pizza was pretty damn good.
Little Caesars did that, I believe, in Champaign.
It was Little Caesars there for a minute in some places, but then it started with an M, I think. Not Murphy's. I know that much.
I don't know, like we're on the subject of pizza now for whatever reason, so we're gonna go with it.
We switched from Taco Bell to
Like I said, Garcia's, in my opinion, was where it was at. There's still one. It's out on Madison, Champaign. There's still one location there. I went there probably it was about 6 years ago now at this moment, but it was fire. It was fire when I went there then. But my favorite that I've ever went to, I think, was a place called Mushroom Pizza when I lived in Jacksonville.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was gonna say like mushroom pizza or mellow mushroom.
There you go, Mellow Mushroom. There
I
it
was
is.
gonna say we had mellow mushroom in Tennessee, and
Yeah.
it's pretty dope. I just like the atmosphere.
Yeah, no, that's what
The
made it.
old hippie bus on the inside that you could sit in. There's like tables in the hippie bus. It's pretty
Yeah.
dope.
No, it was, that was really, I loved going out and going there when I lived in Jacksonville. They had one down there. It's great, bro.
Mellow mushroom. Are you familiar with CC's Pizza?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say that used to be like a
The
thing.
old pizza buffet, bro.
They used to be that they still have those around Tennessee. That's the
Yeah,
last time I went there was when I was still living in Tennessee. But
yeah. I'm salty they don't have one.
we always went. Well, I feel like we don't have any pizza buffets anymore. Maybe I'm wrong about that. I guess we got Pizza Hut, but does that really even count?
There's the one right by you, I think, the 5-star pizza and Korean buffet.
I fuck with Cecilia. CC's, yeah. CC's is there CC's in Chicago or like around that area?
I bet
Uh,
they're in big cities. I don't know why there aren't one in Champaign.
I don't know. Pizza Hut.
Same, well, probably same reason why we don't have like White Castle.
Is that such a bad thing though? Don't you want White Castle to be like a journey? Shouldn't it
Not
be?
always. Not always.
Honestly, I do. Like if I'm gonna go through the effort to get White Castle, because honestly, I had a White Castle readily available for a time, and I just hated it. I was like, this is the worst. But then, living in the Bible Belt, God answered my prayers, and there was Crystal, the the answer to White Castle. So I was like, yeah, we'll go to Crystal. I love that tonight's theme just became food. Like we're just talking about food tonight. What was it last week? Were we talking about music last week? Like our music?
Yeah.
And now
Yeah, we really went into music last week. I don't know, man, but like,
no CC's in Chicago, huh?
I wish.
All different kind of places, not really many chains except Pizza Hut. I mean, I guess that makes sense. It's Chicago, so
Yeah.
I suppose
You got like the weird ones that no one else has that you never know. I had some slapping breakfast the last time I went up to Chicago, in a little diner and shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
I need to actually. Priyanka took me to a really cool place to eat. I guess the time before last. No, actually, it was the last time I was in Chicago. We went to fucking like a spy restaurant. I don't remember what it was called, but it was dope. It was pretty. It was a cool experience.
Is it the Spy Bar? I've been to the Spy Bar.
Mm.
Is it like you go into a weird room and then they make you like do some weird shit?
Well, they'll make you do the weird shit if you don't know the password. Luckily, my guide for that evening had the password, so we didn't have to go through that. But yeah, they just got the little like office room, and then you give them the password, and the wall opens, and you go
The
down
bookshelf wall.
safe house. is what it's called.
Yeah, I stayed in the hotel that it's attached to.
Nice.
When I stayed in Chicago for the Bears game, and we kept seeing motherfuckers come out of there, right? Because I think it exits into
Yeah.
the hotel, and we
Yeah.
kept being like, where are they coming from? And the people at the hotel would be like, well, we can't tell you that, and I'll be like, why? What is it? Yes. So
Because
finally,
she took me in there, and me being a movie geek and everything, like there's like all this cool like spy memorabilia everywhere and just cool shit. And then when you leave, they I think they ask you if you either want to go out the way you came or the like secret exit or some shit, and then the secret exit takes you through. But I feel like it's got like multiple exits too, like because it's like a little maze there at the end. I
it's
know
weird
one
as
of them.
fuck.
Well, I think we came out in the hotel.
Dude, I was so confused. Like, and then like my favorite was like we went in there. Of course, they made us do some dumb shit. We went down in there. Drinks was expensive as fuck. I'll say that. You know what I'm saying? The hotel staff was lit there. But my favorite was like I see that they like swap out the people sitting at the door in between a lot of people. It seems like, and like a group came in behind us, and they had like the big TVs down there that are showing that room,
Yeah, yeah.
and like it was like a big group of like two dudes and two chicks, and they had to do some dumb shit, whatever. Door opens up and the girl points them through. Well, the three of them walk and one dude stays there, and he starts hitting on the chick that was behind the counter, and like trying to like get her number or some shit. And she straight up was like, nah, and all this shit. And like by the time she was like dissing him, the friends were down there and seeing it on the television screen. And so like we was all howling, just laughing down there, seeing it. And then they all caught it and saw it and then just waited. And when dude like popped out down there all ready to go, they just pointed at that screen and he just like blank, like was like, oh. Yeah. And it's like, yo.
That's funny.
The drinks are not cheap there, man. The drinks, literally, me and my buddy got one of those fishbowl drinks. It was $50 fucking. And I
Jesus.
was like, we was about to both get one, but then we heard the price and was like, we'll share one. I mean, I get it that that's probably cheap compared to places, but when we had like a whole fifth of whiskey a couple floors above us, it was like,
Right.
wow.
Decisions.
Yeah, that was a pretty good hotel though, man. That hotel had like a little roof access. We sat out and smoked and drank, and
Nice.
we had a nice little trip last time I went up to Chicago, watched the Bears. That's the first time I was ever drunk in public, like really, really drunk in public. Yeah, I get that's the city. My favorite was when we were trying to find a place to eat. So I guess you guys were both familiar with that area down there then. So we're trying to
Yeah, she's in that area.
we're trying to find a place to go eat dinner at, and we're all walking and we see Michael Jordan's Steakhouse. And we're all like, all right, Michael Jordan's Steakhouse, like that'd be dope to eat at. Michael Jordan. We know it's gonna be expensive as fuck. So like we keep saying the whole time walking over, like, it's gonna be it's Michael Jordan's Steakhouse TM. Like it's gonna be expensive. We get in there, look at the fucking oh nice, by the Soldier Field. Cool. We look at the fucking menu. It's expected. And like one guy's like, I guess I'll just have a cola. I ain't paying these. And we're like, we're sad that this was gonna happen. Like, I forget we ate at some burger joint. I forget what it was called, but it was right there in that area too. A very popular one. The Chick Shack or something like that. I think it's called. I don't know. It was good, but like it was like, like we said that is Michael Jordan. Like it's gonna be expensive. Like we're eating here because it's Michael fucking Jordan's restaurant. But whatever. Bears lost the game. It was when they faced the Patriots, lost by like less than a touchdown with 1 second left. It sucked.
Go to a Brazilian steakhouse. But like, why? Like, who needs unlimited steak? Like, that's such a American fucking thing. Like, my heart just seized thinking about that. Like, you know what I mean?
See, Shake Shack.
Shake Shack. You said shit shack.
I said Shake Shack. Shake Shack. Shake Shack. Yeah, that place. That was good. That place was fire. It was good shit.
Unlimited steak. That's just like absurd. Like, is that for the table? Like, you know what I mean? Like, because I
I
just
don't
feel
know.
like one steak, like if you're getting like a decent sized steak, one steak should be good like that. Like I said, that makes my chest hurt just thinking about all that fucking meat.
I lived pretty far away from the city of Chicago when I lived up there. So I never ate at any hip, like I ate at the Rainforest Cafe.
Hey, can't hate on that. We had one of those in Nashville.
It was up in the, I was, because I lived up by like Waukegan, and it was up at the big mall up there by there. And there was like White Castle and shit. So we got down. We got down.
Oh, okay. They died because of wait.
Oh, Rainforest Cafe.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That makes sense.
Somebody will come make like a Jurassic Park restaurant out of it or something. Just
Oh,
waiting.
it was the Opry Mills Mall had the Rainforest Cafe, and then they put in the aquarium restaurant as well. And I went to the aquarium one when I lived there last, and it was pretty dope. I like to tell people like because they sat us. There's like a big old because like there's aquarium like everywhere, but like in the
Yeah.
middle of the room is like the big aquarium tank that has all the fucking sea creatures floating about. And every now and then you'll see a dude swimming in there in his little fucking suit. Uh, but I love fucking telling people that after I ordered like this little fish I was looking at, he was nowhere to be found. I was like, got my food. This guy looks so familiar.
Is that him?
Probably. He was
Could
delicious.
be. That reminds me of a family trip I took as a kid. And we were at SeaWorld, I believe, or somewhere like that. One of those places down there in Florida. And there was a big tank, and the whole thing was we could go swim with fish and shit in this tank. It was like sea creatures. It was like you're swimming across coral reef and shit like that. And man, even my mom swears to you that I walked on water because like I'll never forget going up and just being like, well, as a kid, I was like, as long as there's no sharks in there, I'll be fine. Like I'm cool as long as there's no sharks. And like I remember everybody getting in and going off with their little snorkels and stuff like that. And I dipped in, got in with my snorkel, and the first fucking thing I seen was a fucking shark swimming. And I fucking nope. Got up, got out of there. Not doing it.
Oh man.
It's like not the sharks, bro. And it was just because like we were going to Universal Studios that year, and I was the youngest kid, and my sister decided to tell me that at Universal Studios during Jaws, they knock you out of the boat. And then you gotta, it's on you to swim and survive there from Jaws at that point. So I was fucking terrified of A, going on Jaws, B, anything shark related. Just hell no.
That's so funny. My parents did shit like that to me.
I never went on Jaws until I was like 23, maybe. I think I went on Jaws.
I still have
Finally.
none of that. None of that. If we just like come into a whole bunch of money, if we go to Florida, that'd be dope to go do. I've always wanted to go to Universal Studios, man. That's like a big dream of mine. Don't they have the fucking Harry Potter world now?
Yeah.
Yeah. And plus Disney, like they got me now. Like I'm a Disney boy, and I've never been to like Disney World in my life, but now they got the fucking Marvel stuff. They got the Pixar world. They got all this shit that I grew up with that I'm like, man, that
See,
sounds
they had Marvel stuff when I went there as a kid.
yeah.
Like I had the privilege. I think it was the summer of like going into 8th grade. I think it was my grandparents took me and my sister there. It's like one of their last, like they was want to take us on a nice big trip, and they took me and my sister down. Peace out. Have fun working on a video.
Go follow Decor with Pre if you like crafting.
Crafting.
She be crafting. Decor with Pre. All right.
But we went down there, and that was like right when they opened Universal Studios. See, it used to just have like Universal Studios, and that was it. Well, they opened this big fucking like Adventure Island. I forget what it was called, something like that. Part of it, and it was like that was the year we went down there, and they had a Marvel section. So they had like an Incredible Hulk roller coaster that was dope as fuck, and they had a Spider-Man indoor ride that was like 3D shit, and that one was dope as fuck. And you know, some more shit. I always liked how it was like you can go down there for the Marvel, or you can go to Six Flags for DC.
Yeah.
Because Six Flags always had that, and that like to me that is the things that like where the nostalgia with roller coasters or anything comes into play for me, because I remember being a little kid, and that was our trips going down to St. Louis, hitting up Six Flags. And I remember as a kid, they had the Batman laser light show at Six Flags, and motherfucking Batman flew down from the fucking top, hit the wings up and sailed in, and it blew my mind as a kid. I literally thought it was Michael Keaton up in there. You know what I mean? I was like, damn, they got Batman.
I hear you. I only went to Six Flags one time, and I felt like I was a little too young at the time. But I remember like all the Warner Brothers characters running around, Bugs Bunny and all them. It was dope. It was a good time.
Yeah, and I enjoyed it, man. Mr. Freeze, I remember when that ride got put in, and we got to go there.
I took one look at the Superman, and I said, "Fuck that! I will stay right here."
The tower, the Superman tower one they got,
one where they like they strap you in, and your like feet are like dangling. You know, like,
so you're talking the Chicago Six Flags then?
No, this was St. Louis.
So they had a Batman.
Ago.
Well, I've been there since they had the Batman that was like your feet dangled, but
maybe it was Batman. But I was very young.
Say in Six Flags Chicago, they had their main big ride is the Superman ride, and it like I think your feet are, and it like harnesses you in, and it makes you look like you're it makes you feel like you're flying when you're going through it.
Yeah, it's like a roller coaster or whatever. Yeah. I don't know. I'm pretty sure we're in St. Louis. Fuck if I know.
So St. Louis had the Superman Tower of Power, and fuck that ride. That's one of the only rides I will not go on again.
That's like the one that like the fucking tower that goes up and then like drops you, sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
See, I did go on that. I went on that, but like it was very shortly after we went on that trip, and I went on that, and like that's when like that news report came out about one of those breaking and fucking slicing off fucking person's legs. I was like, never again, and never again. It never happened again. I'm weird about it. Final Destination fucked me up from roller coasters too. Like I already was like, meh, on roller coasters, and then Final Destination 3 came out. I'm like, see, that's that shit I'm talking about. This just confirmed for me.
I really want to go, man. That's got to be something that hits this summer, man. I need to go to a theme park.
I about had a fucking panic attack the last time I got on a Ferris wheel with a girl. I remember, and she thought it was the funniest fucking thing because I was all for it. I was like, yeah, let's get on the Ferris wheel. You know, I didn't think anything of it because my thing was roller coasters. Like, yeah, let's not fuck with roller coasters. I didn't think nothing of this Ferris wheel. And as soon as we get to like be seated, the way it was, how it's like angled and stuff, like we went to like sit in it, and then like as soon as it like just started swinging, I was like, oh shit. Like we hadn't even left yet. Like we were just still on the ground floor. And I was just like, oh my God. And so she starts laughing at me. And the more she laughs, the more this thing is shaking. I'm like, please stop. Like, please. And I'm just like, of course we're going like fucking 3 times through. I'm like,
I'd be interested, man. I haven't been to a theme park in probably fucking about 10 years now, if not longer. And I would be very interested to see how my body takes going on roller coasters now.
Yeah, I'd be curious. I don't know. The doc just told me I had high blood pressure. Maybe this isn't a good idea.
I really, I mean, like, I would like to say it's been since like my son. Well, yeah, my son was a baby. The last probably place I went was probably about 10 years ago when we went to Universal Studios again when I was like an adult. But they don't really have like rides like that there too much.
I was gonna say it's probably been about 10 years. Yeah, I think the last time I went to an amusement park, we went to Holiday World, and yeah, because that Ferris wheel that was just at like a little carnival we happened upon in Danville one time. Like we were just driving, and we saw like everything set up. We're like, hey, let's go do that. And it's weird because there's like other things that like I don't mind, like because like my thing is like well, like when we went to Holiday World, I uh I didn't care for the roller coasters and stuff, but like I'll do the water park all the live long day. Now the thing is, you would think that like I would feel less secure about the water park because that's like yeah, you're up there and one whoop, and you're gone. That's it. You're done. You fucking flip on up out of that slide and there you go. That's it. Whereas in a roller coaster, at least you're locked in. At least you're like going down with the ship. But with a water park, you're just gonna fucking free fly out. Just fucking. But I don't know, man. I just love being in water and stuff, and like it's just so much fun. Like getting in the little tube and just fucking going down. I remember being at a water park with my cousin in Nashville once, and we got on this like half pipe thing that I fucking hated. It was the worst, and we were trying to be big and bad for these girls that were in line behind us. We're like, oh, we ain't scared. This ain't shit, you know. But I'm like, get me off this thing.
I always like the log tube ride things where you're just in the water and you get to go down and splash everybody and stuff. I
Yeah,
always enjoyed those as a kid a lot. The rapids one where you're all on the big thing and just going down like you're going down whitewater rafting thing.
yeah. And
Uh,
the little like
the
two.
scariest one I've ever been on was at Universal Studios. They have a Rocky and Bullwinkle ride that's like half roller coaster, half log ride. And it like so you're in like a log with nothing strapping you down, but you're going like over these fucking hill and just getting it. And I just never forget like hitting up like, oh my god, as a kid, like I'm about to fucking fly out this motherfucker right now. It's terrifying, dude.
Yeah, yeah. That shit just I don't know. Maybe you know what? Maybe that's what I need. Maybe that's the cure for my anxiety. Maybe I just need to. That's how I just need to face anxiety in the eye and just hop up on some roller coasters. Just on some rides, get some thrills in my life. Get that adrenaline pumping faster than anxiety can, and then what is it?
My favorite, I love the Mr. Freeze where it hits that like goes up and you stop for a second and then you go back down. I love that shit. I've been to a lot of them, man. I've been blessed with my childhood and my family taking these vacations all over. I know I was sick, but I got to go to Cedar Point and we got to see some shit. But like I said, I got sick there like the second day.
Yeah,
So I didn't really get to go on too many roller coasters before I was like, yeah, and I hated it. But
I guess I've been to a few places because like we went to Holiday World the most. Like that was our like return trip all the time. We went to Dolly World back in the day. That was fun. Like I have memories from that, mostly of like staying in the cabin and stuff in Gatlinburg. But and then Six Flags that one time, and then Silver Dollar City in Branson, Missouri.
okay.
Uh, that's a good time, and actually, that's one I've been to a few times too, because that's like where my family used to go in the summer. They'd take the boat, like my grandpa's boat would like they'd go down to the lake and of the Ozarks and stuff and chill. It's a good time, good time. But like I remember I wasn't a roller coaster kid, but it was like me and my cousin went, and that whole trip was just a good time. That whole trip was a good time. The first day of the trip, we're like two not even teenage boys. Definitely like coming like puberty is blossoming here. And we stopped at the hotel for the night, a little halfway point to Missouri. It was in St. Louis. And as we arrive at the hotel, we noticed there are just a lot of girls around here. Like so many girls, like around our age. Uh, there's like a basketball tournament going on or something, like a girls' basketball tournament. Oh my god, my cousin and I were there for it. I remember being in the hotel room. We're just flipping through the channels, chilling, and then my grandpa was like, uh, "You boys want to go get in the pool?" It's like usually about this time, everybody's in the pool, and we go, "Everybody," and we fucking took off, bro. We hauled ass to that pool, and sure enough, every single one of these chicks is in this pool, and then we're just like in the corner, like, oh my god, like, and there was a third kid too who was doing the same shit, and we're just like, look at them all. It's fucking ridiculous, but it was awesome, just for like a couple of little dudes to be like, look at all the girls,
Right.
and then we had a good time at the lake and stuff. But we went to Silver Dollar City. And before we went, there was like a pamphlet at like this diner we were at earlier that morning, and they had like a new roller coaster. It was called the Powder Keg, and it was like 0 to 60 in point whatever the fuck seconds. And we're like, oh, we got to go on this. And I don't know why I was so excited. Like I don't like roller coasters, but I'm like, yes, like let's do this. And we got there, and my cousin and I, we get on this roller coaster, and I can't help but notice that the tracks end. They just end. They just end. It's about the length of the fucking cars we're in. And I'm like, that's alarming. You know what I mean? Like there's no more tracks there. And it basically like it pulls you back like a pinball machine and it lets you go. And you just fly forward and then you just come to a screeching halt. And then it like moves and connects to the rest of the tracks. So it moves and it connects. And I look over and there's our grandpa standing there, and he kept doing something, and we're like, we keep fucking waving at him and stuff. We're like, yeah, and well, he was doing this. He was like, hold on. He kept saying, hold on, and that fucker pulled back again, and the rest is a blur. It just fucking went so fast until it wasn't. I was like, terrifying.
I love roller coasters, bro. I love them. Kings Island was a place I always went to as well as a kid. They had some good shit over there. It's over in Ohio. Ohio.
I've always said, like, as far as roller coasters go, make the whole thing enclosed, and I'm down. It can be fucking 100 feet in the air. I don't care. Make it enclosed so I don't know I'm 100 feet in the air. Maybe it takes it out for a few people, but like,
I think there's two that I know of.
I know this.
There's like I said, Kings Island, I believe, has the outer limits or had, and that was one that was inside. And down at Disney World, they had Space Mountain, but I think that's been redone to something new now.
They had this one at Silver Dollar City that, like, now that I'm thinking on it, I wonder like if it's still there or not in like today's like society. Because like it's called Fire in the Hole, and you go in and you go through, and it's like a little log ride type deal, and you go through and you're going through all these different like scenes of the old South. So you see like there's like all these like historical things where it's like the KKK are showing up and like stuff like that. It's crazy. But you go through it, and then like it gets dark again, and there's 3 drops. And so it gets dark, and then you drop, and then you're going through in the dark until you go through some more scenes. There's a second drop. Well, on the third drop, it's the biggest drop of all 3. Like right before you go down, something yells like "Fire in the hole," and then you plummet down into the water. But I wonder. I always dug that one because it's like pitch black. It's pitch black.
Now, I always like the ones there. I always like the ones that you were inside and they were like something. Like those are the ones that stick out a lot to me. Back there at the Walt Disney World places, they had the Haunted Mansion. That was one that was all inside, and you just went around a bunch of different places. I loved that one. Terrified, but loved it. The Twilight Zone, I think it was MGM Studios, had the tower, like the clock tower is like elevator or something like that. And I believe it was the Twilight. And I remember because it would lift you up to the top and then open the elevator doors and you'd see outside and then close them and you drop and shit like that.
That's not Tower of Terror?
Yeah, Tower of Terror. That's it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's a Disney World. That's a Disney World thing.
I think it was at MGM Studios.
Oh, maybe it's a Disney thing because
No, yeah, it is. They're all connected down there. There's like Disney, Universal, Epcot, MGM.
yeah,
All that was back. I think it's probably all just one now, but and then the Animal Kingdom was another one.
yeah, I remember.
That had some bullish shit. I went to all these places as a kid, luckily, and got to see it. The Epcot Center was dope. I think that still would be dope today. To go to the Tomorrowland and shit like that, because it's fun to look at what they thought we would have now way back then.
Yeah,
See what they kind of got right and see what they was way off on.
yeah. I feel like I have to go to these places to get my childlike reaction to all of it out of my system so that someday I can take my kid and we don't have to compete. We don't have to be like, we're both here for ourselves. Like, I'm sorry, son, but I have to enjoy this. Like, I've never done this before. Let me have this. But I already, like, the Avengers campus is looking dope. And did I send you the thing about the Marvel thing they got going in the Chicago Museum?
Yeah,
Yeah. That'd be dope. I'd love to go to that.
it'd be another dope one to go to. Yeah,
Because I went to the Children's Museum in Indy like a few years back, and they were doing like a movie exhibit, and Sony like donated a bunch of stuff. So they had like a lot of the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man stuff there, and like I was geeking over like everything, but man, that was some pretty cool shit to see, like the Green Goblin like glider and helmet and all that stuff. Like, man, it's like right behind, it's like right on the other side of glass. It's like all the heist movies I've ever watched come to mind.
right.
Especially when I saw the Neuralizer from Men in Black. I remember as a kid I had a toy Neuralizer. I'd go around all the time neuralizing people. It's a good time.
Just wishing it worked.
Right. Chase, did you break this?
Nope.
Chase, quit fucking around. Did you break this?
Damn.
Fucking keep flashing them.
No, it's good shit, man. I'm glad I got to see. I'm just glad I got to go back as a kid and see some of it because, like I said, it updates. They change it with time.
Yeah.
So even then, when I went back to Universal Studios the second time, there was a lot that was, I think, like, the first time I went, they had Back to the Future. The second time, it was like The Simpsons.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, whatever. But like, Back to the Future was legit. The Simpsons still a legit fun ride, but it sucks to not have the original intact because that was still pretty fucking dope.
One thing I've always wanted to go to is the 31 Nights of Halloween or whatever at Universal Studios, because they've had some dope shit there. Like, especially being a horror movie guy, like especially when they announced they did like a Cabin in the Woods one where it was like you go in the cabin and you go all underneath it, and I'm just like, dude, I know they had like a Saw one year. They did a Halloween maze one year, and that would be pretty dope to go to. That would be pretty dope.
Six Flags does some pretty good shit for Halloween too on their Fright Fest. I've been there. I enjoy that one. It's I went through a haunted house. It was pretty good there. Pretty high quality. They had a little girl from The Exorcism in there. Looked just like her. So I was sold. I was like, all right.
Sold.
The little kid I was with did not enjoy any of it. We warned him going into it. It was going to be scary. He didn't believe us. Said, little guy, you're going to tucker it out.
Talking about all this now and looking at our Cinco de Streamo, can the 5th of October be Cinco de Screamo?
I think so.
It feels right. It feels right.
A little Chase Shep special holiday.
Yeah, a little Cinco de Screamo. I like that.
We're going to start our own thing.
Oh, yeah.
Talk about all the roller coasters that made us scream.
We couldn't stop screaming.
The Tower of Power was definitely one of them for me. Fuck that, right?
Just about any roller coaster. Like, once it gets going, I'm just yelling like profanities, like from start to finish.
The
I like
Tony
that.
Hawk one's pretty fun. I like that.
There's Tony Hawk one.
Yeah, Six Flags had a Tony Hawk ride that was like you like swerve like you're on a skateboard on it. It
Oh,
was fun.
that's cool.
Yeah,
That's cool. That's cool.
fun little roller coasters, man. I think we need to get out there. We need to hit one
We'll figure something out. We'll get into something.
sometime soon.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see.
Smell what I'm cooking.
Well,
Can't do it the other way. It's harder.
me neither. Well, yeah. I'd say that's about good for old Cinco de Mayo. It's 2 Wednesdays in a row where we're just rolling with the conversations. I can dig it.
Me too.
I can dig it. We don't have a Fantastic Friday for you this week. There's going to be a little break from the Fantastic Fridays, but that doesn't mean there won't be something in your goodie basket on Friday from us. You never know.
Never know.
But yeah. So
Till
we'll catch
then,
you Monday.
Monday. Mental Health Monday. Keep it up. Mental Health Awareness Month.
Peace.
Mooches and deuces.
Go get some tequila and tacos.
Yeah.